A practice of probably 300 active patients, and we have 3 people here interested in doing something about their health. That just blows my mind. So for all those people that aren't here, maybe they'll watch our video, but you might want to ask the question, why is it important to do a purification or a detox? One of the reasons is that our body is subjected to over 80,000 known chemicals. They're the known ones, the named ones. And all that stuff we breathe in, we touch to our skin, we eat, we drink, is filtered through our liver, our kidneys, and our colon, our main detoxification organs. And think about your skin, just your skin alone is a vehicle to allow toxins into your body, right? And if you don't really believe that, then just look at the fact that medical science now, from a pharmaceutical standpoint, is doing a lot of skin patches, right, to introduce drugs into the system. So we know that your skin does absorb things, right? So the deodorants that we put on, cosmetics that we use, fragrances, things like that, they all have to be detoxified by our bodies. Some people are better at doing it than others. It's probably a genetic thing, right? So some people get really, really sick from the chemicals that their body's subjected to. Chemical sensitivities, food intolerances, things like that. We're seeing more and more food intolerances. So the reason why we want to detoxify or purification is to give our livers a break, to give our kidneys a break, and to strengthen our body's own internal systems, detoxification systems. So Standard Process came up with this 21-day program. There's a bunch of different ones out there. If you Google purification programs, you'll see there's a ton of them out there. There's a lot of good ones out there. We like Standard Process because they use whole food supplements. They're this big organic farm out in Wisconsin, so they do all of their own thing. They've been around for a long time. They heavily support my profession, so that's the reason why we use them. I've done this program twice. You did it twice. And Jen did it 4 times. So it's a great program. I'm really excited about doing it myself right now because coming off the holidays, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like crap. I mean, I have no energy, which is unusual for me because I'm a pretty high energy person. So when I'm standing here in front of you telling you I got no energy, I'm not kidding you. So it's the amount of sugar, you know. The American public, are you ready? We, as an average, eat over 70 pounds of sugar a year. Can you imagine that? 70 pounds of refined sugar. Sugar is like our main enemy in our diet. It's in everything. You know, you already know if you've done any nutritional stuff, you already knows that you want to be on the outside of the store when you're going around the store, right? Stay away from the box stuff, the processed stuff. So, with this program, you're going to, the first 7 days, you're going to detox. So the first 7 days, you're going to drink lots of water, and you're going to do 2 shakes a day, 2 to 3, depending on what your appetite level is. The shakes have a lot of nutrition in them, a lot of really good nutrition. A lot of people, like myself, I do the shakes even when I'm not doing the program. I do them for breakfast, usually in the morning. Or I should say, I usually do it for breakfast in the morning, not every morning, but... and they're an excellent way to start the day because you're getting a lot of nutrition into your system right off the day to start your engine going. So it's 2 to 3 shakes a day. The first week you're doing cleanse capsules. Those capsules have a lot of different herbs in them. They're listed in here if you're interested in finding out. You can also go on Standard Process's website. I'm not going to bore you with what they are, and honestly I don't remember them off the top of my head. But it's a bunch of different herbs that are all basically in there for detox reasons. Detoxify your liver, kidneys, and colon. So it's a gentle cleanse. You're not going to be running to the bathroom a lot, except to pee, because you're drinking a lot of water. You got to flush your system out. So you're going to do 7 capsules 3 times a day. So that's a little bit of a challenge for some people who have a hard time taking capsules, but you can get through it.
How big are the capsules on subscribe?
I like about that. When I do it, you know, I don't usually have too much trouble swallowing stuff, so I maybe do 3 at a time, just to get it done. And between the capsules and the shakes, you're pretty full. because those capsules go in there and they dissolve, and you're pretty full. So you're going to do 7 cleanse capsules 3 times a day for the first week. You're going to do your shake, and then you're going to be doing we're going to recommend the whole food fiber, which is a powder. And the reason why is because if we don't do that as a powder, then it's capsules, and you got to take 5 more capsules 3 times a day. So it's a lot of capsules. So if you do it the whole food fiber powder, then you're doing that in your shake once a day. Okay, and that's so you're getting fiber into your system, because you're going to be eating less solid food when you're doing this program. You're going to be eating a lot of vegetables, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, fruit, especially for the first 10 days. Okay, some nuts, but that's kind of limited too. So after day 7, you're pretty much through the detox part of it. Now, what's important is that if you drink coffee, like I do, like I don't want some of those kale chips caught in my tooth right now. If you drink coffee like I do, then you're going to want to back off your caffeine intake before you start the program. And by that, what I'm saying to you is, if you drink, let's say, 2 cups of coffee a day, I would say for at least 3 days going in, you drink half and half decaf, half regular. And the last day or so before you start, if you can just drink either no coffee or drink decaf, you're going to have a much better response. I'm telling you this from experience, because the first time I did it, I had no problem at all. I backed off the coffee going in. I had no problem at all doing it. No headaches, anything like that. Second time I did it, I did not back off the coffee. I just did it cold turkey. I thought that was tough, I could handle it. And I had a busting headache that first day, so.
Green tea?
Green tea is fine. Decaf, though. I try to back off the caffeine, okay? And no alcohol, 21 days. Too much sugar, I'm trying to get rid of all that, right? So, the big thing, though, I think for most people, the biggest challenge is if you drink coffee, is the coffee part. So the first few days, we're going to recommend that we start this on a Friday or Thursday or Friday, because the first couple of days you're going to be eating very little protein. There is some protein in the shake, but you're going to be eating very little protein, so you're going to have, your energy levels are going to be off a little bit for the first couple of days, as your body's, because your body's putting all its energy into detoxifying you. Your organs are working really hard to get this junk out of your system. And depending on how toxic your body is going to determine how you feel those first few days. So if we do it, for us, coming into a weekend, because it's going to give us a couple of days off, you're going to be a little bit better able to tolerate those first few days. Some people have no problem at all with it. It just depends how toxic your body is and how good your diet was going in. Okay? So, after day 7, you're coming off the tap, your capsules, you'll be done the capsules. At that point, you're going to go on to green food. They call SP green food. That's also a capsule. 5 of those 3 times a day. You continue with the shakes. Now, the green food's got a lot of antioxidants in it, so it's going to help your body push through the detox. Really important, okay? So, if you decide to stop after day 7, you're going to have a problem. You're going to get symptomatic. You're not going to feel very well, because your body's got to push that stuff out. We're getting it out into your system, into your tissue, but now we got to push it out. And that's where the antioxidants are really important. So, the SP green food is things like kale, Brussels sprouts, cruciferous vegetables, basically, which are the really important ones, the good ones, as far as helping us heal our bodies. So you're going to be doing that through the remainder of the cleanse. 5 of those 3 times a day. Going to continue with the whole food fiber. You're going to continue with the shakes. Now, what you're eating on that first 10 days is you're eating primarily vegetables, organic if you can swing that. They're a little more expensive, but you're not going to get any pesticides and things with organic, right? So you want to be eating a variety of vegetables. It should be like a rainbow color, right? Lots of different colors in your vegetables. And at least 50% of your vegetable intake should be raw.
Should be
raw. Yeah, really important. Okay, you get some fiber that way too. The rest of it, you can saute it. No more than about 4 minutes is what they're suggesting. Okay, because you don't want to cook the nutrients out of it. Oils, obviously, goes without saying, no hydrogenated oils. So you can do coconut oil, I think you can do olive oil, things like that. It's in here. You know, this is going to be your little Bible the first This book should be all bent up when you get done the 21 days. It should be, because you should be in here all the time.
Throwing it around.
Yeah, exactly. Throwing it down, stomping on the ground. But there is in the book also your food journal. Really important to do this food journal. Because if you're having a challenge with it, and you're not coming into the office, I want you to call us. We'll even give you cell phone numbers to call us if you're having a challenge with this, you really have a question about it. Call us and ask us about it. Well, we're going to look at your intake, your journal intake, because we're going to, you may think you eat clean and good, and there may be things that you think are fine on here, but they're not. So, if you, also it would be a really good idea to go onto their website and read about all the information they have on there about the purification also. It's really a user-friendly website, it's really excellent. And as part of the program, what we're going to do for everyone is they actually have their own purification website that will get your email address. There's a small fee to join it, which we'll take care of, but you'll get daily emails from them with little recipe tips, things like that. And also, if you have questions, you can type your questions and send them in, and it's really, really helpful. So, first 10 days, vegetables, at least 50% raw, twice as many vegetables as fruits. Really important. And if you're going to eat fruits, organic fruits. Your shake's going to be dressed up really nice with berries, like mixed berries. You can use frozen ones. Like a half a frozen banana, no more than a half. It's got a lot of sugar in it. That's going to really make the shake taste pretty good. Dr. Corbo's a little bit crazy. He likes the green shake. He actually puts more green into his shake. Yeah. There's a little bit wrong with him, but it's all right. We still love him. Got put some
You a lot of
veggies in
kale?
there.
I put kale in shakes, but it tastes like kale. That's what you taste. Kale.
You taste the
What
kale.
about kale? Like I tasted a shake with kale and it had pineapple in it, and it kind of, I don't know, it did something to the kale taste, and it was really good.
Yeah, I've never done that, but
Yeah.
it's worth a shot.
There's a bunch of different.
Don't put eggplant.
No.
Yeah, the eggplant was a bad idea. There's a bunch of different recipes for shakes in the back, and you can be creative with it. I'm lazy, so I pretty much do half a banana and strawberries or blueberries or raspberries, whatever I have. Put like half a cup of those in there, and it's really pretty good. It's good to keep it cold. You can make it ahead of time. It won't go bad. So if you're going to work or something, you can take it to work to have at lunchtime. I would just recommend refrigerating it because it's better. It's definitely better cold, in my opinion. But the shake is really, I'm kind of hooked on it. I mean, I think it's really good, and it makes me feel like I'm really putting some good nutrition in my body, especially if I'm running around and I can't eat like I should. So that's your first 10 days. Day 11, you start to introduce protein back into your diet. Now, just to back up for a second, if you're having a real significant challenge with your energy level, then Standard Process recommends using, you can add protein to your shake, but it's not whey protein, it is, it's the dairy-free one. It's a dairy-free protein, you know?
It's in the book though.
I can't remember what it is, but they have a product you get in a packet, and you can add that to your shake if you're really struggling with your energy level because you're not getting enough protein. Some people have a really hard time with that. So you just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. Don't quit because you don't feel good. The worse you feel, the more you need to do it because that's your body's not liking what you're doing to it, right? Because you got to get that good stuff out. So again, back to day 11, protein back in, but it needs to be lean protein. The best it could be, if it's like chicken, fish, needs to be free range if you can do that. Really important, no antibiotics in it, no hormones in it. If it can be free range, that means the chickens are walking around not in a cage, they're eating insects and grass and stuff like they're supposed to be eating, and they're not being fed grains, which fattens them up. Grains are very inflammatory, so we're trying to get rid of that. And if you're doing fish, it needs to be wild fish, not farm-fed fish, farm-raised fish. Okay, that's very important also. So tilapia, stuff like that's out. There's a good recipe on the website for pollock, and there's some other fish on there, salmon, but it needs to be, it's important that it's wild. If you can, I mean, if you can't, you can't, but that would be best. And,
Also have brown rice and lentils too.
yeah, more, right, and you can have, they recommend really lentils more so than brown rice, if, kind of limit the amount of brown rice you're eating, because that's got a higher glycemic index, right?
About quinoa. Quinoa?
I don't know, did it say anything about quinoa? I'm sure quinoa's fine, you know anything about, Jen says no?
Protein in
Okay,
No.
well,
Okay. So what questions do you have? That's pretty much it, that's what you're gonna be doing for 21 days. Herbal tea's fine, as long as it's decaf. Lots of green tea. Green tea is like water, you can drink as much as you want. And it's also a detoxifier too. We're trying to get healthier, that's the whole point of it. You know, some people do it to lose weight, you know, it's an excellent weight loss program. But it's really about getting healthier, yeah. Feeling better, sleeping better, you're gonna notice you're sleeping better. If you have any aches and pains, you're gonna notice they get better. It's wild.
aches get better, huh?
Yeah, your aches get better.
I've
You
never
know?
heard no one put it that way.
Yeah, your aches definitely get better, because I told Jen the first time I did this cleanse, I have really tight Achilles tendons from playing like racket sports, you know, and you know, I get up in the morning and I kind of walk like that, go a few steps, and 3 days into the cleanse, I'm telling you, I was just like, wow, my feet don't hurt. It's pretty wild. Of course, then I went through the whole thing and I felt great, and then I went back to my old habits, which is what happens to people. So we're going to try to not let that happen. We're going to stress everybody should try to do a purification of some kind twice a year. So really good to keep your body healthy and moving. So unless you have other questions, that's all I really have to tell you about it. We'll get the products ordered. They'll be here for you next week.
So we can come in any time, or you just want us to come in all at the same time, like 6 o'clock again? How do you want?
Yeah, if we could do it that way, that would be great. Everybody come in at the
6
same
o'clock,
time. If you're
Thursday.
available, if you're not, absolutely not available, then just call us and let us know when you want to come by and pick